Da 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 da. Oh, we're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Girl, I gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Baby, we've known each other.
Okay, so barbershop quartets, as we think of them today, with the outfits and the harmonies and all that, that actually got started after the Victorian era, mostly coming from African-American slave songs and harmonies and whatnot. But the origin of a barbershop quartet did kind of get its start in the Victorian days. And the reason that this got started is amazing. So many of you may know that way back in the day, barbers were a lot more than just people who cut hair. They were kind of like the town's surgeons. In fact, they were called barber surgeons, and what separated them from doctors, doctors would, determine what a disease was and offer poultices and herbs to take, that kind of thing. But if anything needed to be opened up or any blood needed to come out, that's what the barber surgeon did. Steve Martin fans might remember the Saturday Night Live sketch, Theodoric Barber of York. That's kind of how it was.
Medicine is not an exact science, but we're learning all the time. Why, just 50 years ago, we would have thought your daughter's illness was brought on by demonic possession or witchcraft. But nowadays, we know that Isabel is suffering from an imbalance of bodily humors, perhaps caused by a toad or a small dwarf living in her stomach.
Eventually, medical knowledge advanced to the point where surgeons kind of became their own thing. But even up into the Victorian days, barbers did things like bloodlettings and set bones that had been broken, and even did some minor dentistry. I guess you could say they were like the doc in the box of their day, like instead of going to the emergency room, going to like an urgent care facility. But this was also a time before anesthetic. So getting a tooth pulled or getting a bone set was an incredibly painful experience. An experience which would often lead to screaming. And you know what's bad for business? The sound of somebody screaming in pain from inside your business. So barbers would encourage those that were waiting their turn to play music. They would put instruments in the waiting room for them to play, and they would sing along with like call and response songs and shanties and whatnot. And if they could afford it, they would hire groups of people to stand outside of their shops to sing for the passersby to cover up the sound of the screaming from the inside. And this is where barbershop quartets were born.
Here's a glimpse of what's to come. Just remember when we're done that these will be the good old songs just 20 years from now. 20 years from now, we'll see. Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Oh baby, baby, oops, you think I'm in love, that I'm sent from above. I'm not that innocent. Bye, 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 bye. I'm doing this tonight, you're probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be right, hey baby, come on. Love you endlessly when you went there for me. So now it's time to leave and make it all alone. I know that I can take no more, it ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby, bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, baby, bye, bye. Bye, bye, baby, bye, bye. Oh, so what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't need you. And guess what? I'm having more fun. And now that we're done, I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm alright, I'm just fine, and you're a tool. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't need you tonight. 'Cause I got seem weird today will be the cat's meow. So let's enjoy it while we can, and remember where it all began, 'cause these will be the good old days. 20 years from poker face, my poker face, my poker face, my poker face. 20 years, and I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. 20 years, and we'll still be all about the bass. No treble, we're all about the bass. No treble. 20 years from Hey Sexy Lady.
Whop 'em Gangnam style! Gangnam style!
Just 20 years from Thriller Night, and no one's gonna save you
From the beast about to strike! Hoo-hoo! Hey!
Oh, no.
No wonder why he always grabbed himself.
You know what we're best at?
What? Tell me.
Just singing the basic barbershop. Classic barbershop.
Classic. All right.
Well, here we go.
Bye.